Okay, we all know what caffeine does. It helps us focus, makes us feel energized, reduces feelings, tiredness, laziness, helps you work out harder. That's going to result in more muscle gain, and of course, it's going to be resulting in more fat loss if your diet supports it. But there is a right and a wrong way to use caffeine, which is what I want to discuss right now because there are many guys that use caffeine the wrong way. The first thing that you need to understand that you need to use caffeine as a boost and not as a drug to mask tiredness. Remember that it is very important to feel tired, okay? The reason your body tells you that you're tired is because it's telling you to rest. Now, when you do feel tired, the best thing to do is actually to take rest and not mask it using caffeine, because yeah, if you do take caffeine you will not feel tired. But these are the guys that usually take caffeine multiple times in the day, which is wrong. You should not be doing that. You should limit your caffeine intake to most optimally only once in a day. I have caffeine only once in the morning. When I wake up in the morning, I have caffeine just once, and that is all. I don't have any kind of caffeine after that, because there's one thing you want to remember, that you must be knowing about how caffeine prevents you from falling asleep. There are guys out there that will tell you there's nothing like that. I have caffeine and I can just go to sleep after that. Yeah, you may be able to sleep if you have a huge tolerance to caffeine, which I don't know why people would want. If you're tolerant to caffeine, that means it's no longer doing what it should do to you, and it's not a desirable thing. But even if you do sleep after you take caffeine, the sleep is going to be compromised. It's not going to be as deep as it should be. So neither are you getting to rest properly, and neither are you completely recovering, and neither is caffeine doing its trick. So you're stuck in a very annoying kind of cycle where you need to keep taking caffeine just to feel fine. That's the worst thing you want to do. You do not want to be dependent on caffeine just to feel normal. It needs to make you feel boosted. So have it once, okay? Preferably try to work out during the daylight hours, because working out itself is going to affect your sleep. If you have a very rigorous, intense workout late in the evening and it's too close to your bedtime, you know what? After you work out, you are pumping with catabolic hormones, which is not a bad thing. Those hormones basically are there in your body, and they're higher at that time to give you energy, to make you alert, which is not what you're going to do. You don't want that while you're sleeping. When you're sleeping, you want to be relaxed, right? So the further away you keep your workout from your bedtime, the better it's going to be, and you keep caffeine before that. If you're a guy who works out in the evening, don't take too much caffeine in the evening before you work out, because even after 6 hours, there's about only half the caffeine is out of your system. So if you had about 400 mg of caffeine before you work out, even 6 hours after that, there's about 200 mg of caffeine still floating in your system. So if you worked out somewhere at 7 o'clock in the evening, at about 12 or 1 o'clock in the night, there's still 200 mg of caffeine in your system, and you're going to be sleeping with that. Yes, you may fall asleep, but trust me, try sleeping without the caffeine that day, and you'll see that the sleep is deeper and you will wake up even fresher. So yeah, caffeine once in the day, in the morning, not multiple times. Hope this helped.